When it comes to questions and concerns about COVID-19, we have got you covered with facts, answers, and information. Remember this, no panic, just facts. Wow, it feels like a lifetime ago. Dr. Kohli is here. We love seeing her. Doc, as the pandemic rages on, seasonal flu hasn't gotten much attention. So how has COVID-19 affected flu season?
So, Tori, I'll get to that in a minute, but I wanted to start just by wishing you happy birthday, and
Stop.
I can't wait to give you a hug once we're both vaccinated.
Stop. Thank you. You too.
So let's talk about the flu season because it's really tricky this year. So what are the top symptoms of coronavirus? It's fevers, chills, muscle aches, and cough. And what are the top symptoms of the flu? Fever, chills, muscle aches, and cough. So the normal metric that we use to track the flu activity, which is something called ILI, or influenza-like illness, really becomes a lot less reliable this year because it just is really based on these symptoms and people presenting to outpatient facilities with these symptoms. But the good news is if you look at the map of ILI this year, it looks dramatically lower than it has in previous years. In fact, last week was only 1.6% nationally, so it's all green.
Wow.
And I really wish that the coronavirus map would look like this. Yeah. And if you look at the number of laboratory specimens that are checked, only 0.1% are coming back positive for flu. And since October, we've only had 118 people in the hospital with flu.
Wow.
So all really great signs
Wow.
that we're making a huge impact on the flu.
It's those masks and the hand washing, I'm saying as a doctor.
Absolutely.
All right, Doc, I'm going to...
People are full of germs.
Absolutely. Listen, Doc, the term herd immunity comes up a lot, or at least it did at the beginning of COVID. Could you refresh us and tell us what that is again?
Yeah, let's talk about that, Jeff. This is a really important concept. So that means by being part of a herd, you can get immune, even if you yourself don't have immunity. So let's take the four of us, you, Tori, me, and Brandon. And out of the four of us, let's say three of us get vaccinated or have immunity so that we can no longer catch the virus. And here's the key part, no longer spread it to others. You will be protected just by hanging out with us. Oh. Because we can't bring the virus to you. Exactly right. So we've slowed down the spread of the virus, even though you yourself don't have antibodies against the virus.
Is that the same if all three of us had it and already passed it through our system? Is that the same thing as having the vaccine?
Great question. Yes, with two caveats. Number one, assuming you made antibodies. And number two, assuming that you still can't transmit the virus to others. So that's the part that's really important to keep in mind. So you can't catch it and you can't spread it in order for herd immunity to work.
Smart. Smart, smart,
All
smart.
right. Well, you know, I have a scenario for you then, Doc. Let's say I get the vaccine. It'll help with the achieve herd immunity, right? But is that because I'm protected, or is it because the people around me are protected now that I have the vaccine?
Yeah, so let me explain that a little more. So with this vaccine, we don't yet know whether the vaccine actually helps us to achieve herd immunity. Because remember I said those two requirements. You can't catch it and you can't spread it. We know the vaccine protects you from catching it, but we don't yet know whether it protects you from spreading it. So in other words, if I got vaccinated, I know that I'm protected from getting very sick, but I could still be transmitting the virus to other people. And this is really important because the implications are dramatic, because it affects whether we're still going to have to wear masks around people who don't get the vaccine or can't get the vaccine. It also affects whether or not we will achieve herd immunity. And this is just an unanswered question at this point.
It's kind of like a battery, right? You need the positive end and the negative end to make a battery work. And you got to not spread it and not have it. Did that work for anyone? No.
I'm just thinking of
hard no.
Jazzy Bunny right now.
Sort of.
It's a hard no and a really nice try by Dr. Kohli.